Yikes. It's quite dark in here. No wonder Swiss painters aren't famous. That Buckling dude did not exactly strain himself, did he? What the hell's going on here? And there's a boat, finally, huh? Hello there! You must be Buckling, right? You Buckling? Okay, great talk. No, perfect. Don't worry, I'll hop in myself. What a delicious person. Oh, now that's what I'm talking about, goddammit! These Swiss people. Slow starters, but when you wait a little bit... I Love the Dead, Arnold Buckling, 1883. Okay then, I Love the Dead, here we come! Here he is, man of the day, Arnold Buckling. Arnold Buckling was born in Basel in 1827. Solitary child, he soon gets BFF with his violin-playing, creepy skeleton imaginary friend. Obviously less fun when the creepy skeletons are 2000. Can somebody turn the lights back on, please? Thank you. I don't feel so good, though, getting closer and all. I guess Buckling wasn't feeling that well either when he painted that stuff. What do you think, Captain Silence? You must have known the guy. Not much of a hoot, was he? I guess not, since he painted you. And when you thought your life couldn't get creepier, there's this dude dressed in white staring at you on a boat. Hey, how's it going? Looking for a parking spot? Yeah, worst time of the day if you ask me. What's he doing, for fuck's sake? He's heading towards this woman that grieves her husband. She wants to remarry, but she can't forget him. She then asks Buckling, who lives in Florence at the time, to help her symbolize a way to move on, a gate to something else. He creates the Isle of the Dead, a place where those who passed away bring their own remains and live on into oblivion. Anyhow, thanks for the tour, great ride, time to go home, don't you think? Unless we are surrounded by Isles of the Dead, of course. Then it would be impossible to get back. Which is precisely what's happening right now. With all the other homies charging at us. What the fuck? Oh, whoa! Here are the 4 other versions of the island, exhibited in various museums around the planet. Each of them has its own atmosphere, its own darkness. One was even destroyed during the war. Now, if you want my opinion, our version is the best. At least the less shady of all 5. Oh, perfect. It belonged to Hitler, he says. Tss. Dude, I liked you more when you didn't talk, you moron! What a jerk. Well, I guess we're going, aren't we? I mean, the box in front of me, the white tuxedo, the silence, and all the others waiting their turn in their boats. I'm not stupid, I get it. Giger, Kaza, Scorsese, some were able to come back with a brand new inspiration, and others, like me, expire and settle there forever. What do you want me to say? I get used to it. That way?
sorry, that was a bit close. I was aiming for the other side. Are you passing through? Well, welcome. I'm the woodcutter. Hodler's woodcutter. You've come at the right moment. It's break time. You're probably wondering where you've seen me before. That's fine. I get that a lot. I'm a star after all. You see me all over the world, even in the Federal Parliament building. That's something, isn't it? And even though it's a few years ago now, I used to be in everyone's pocket. It's true. I was on one of the very first Swiss banknotes. There I am, in action on the 50 franc note. They were in circulation for quite some time, I can tell you. From 1911 to 1958. Not a bad career, don't you think? Although, at the time, Hodler wasn't very happy. It's true there were some differences compared with the original version. Wait a second, I'll show you. So, what do you think? You've got a good eye, you have. You see, there are quite a few differences. It makes me look a bit plumper. And they've added some background too, to make it look more realistic apparently. That's why Hodler painted a second version of me, to make me stand out. You understand? And more than anything, so that the picture was as he wanted. It was a huge success right away, and when he saw that it was profitable, he did a few more versions. I'm the one from the Musée d'Orsay in Paris, for example, and when I tell you that I'm famous, I really mean that we're famous. Hey guys? You can have a look, if you like. Take your time. I'll be right here. Hi, I'm the oldest of us, the preparatory sketch if you like, but I'm no rough draft, am I? With me, Hodler was looking for the perfect composition. Look how I'm a diagonal in a painting full of horizontals and verticals. Me, I represent, first and foremost, roots, nature, and the strength of agricultural labourers. Switzerland, in other words. Take a look at those gnarled arms. You need them when you work the land. They're funny, those other guys. I'm the special one. But I'm not the original, reproduced by lithograph. It was the very latest technology of its time, my friend. Don't forget to look at the feet of a painting, you see? Firmly rooted in the earth. That's what sets me apart in all my strength in the middle of this sparse setting. Very symbolic. Right then, enough talking about the copies. It's time to get back to work. Don't be fooled though. We've already met. There's only one original. I'm the smallest of the family. Me. No doubt about that. I'll take up the
On
pose
the other
again,
hand,
and you
I'm
can just
also
take
the
a
one
picture
who's
of me
been
if you
seen
like.
the most. Will you send it to me?
My dear Felix, I often think of you in your studio in Paris, bent over your work. You're completely immersed, engraving me, tracing my curves on the wood. As gently as your hands on my body. Then you bathe me in your black ink before laying me on the paper like you lay me on your bed, pressing down so hard that I come to life. Reclining, languid, lazing around. That's probably how you think of me, isn't it? I don't belong to you, Felix. I'm not an image.
Misia, a pianist who was the muse and mistress of many artists, writes to Felix Vallotton, a Swiss artist living and working in Paris. In 1898, he produced a series of 10 woodcuts, depicting adultery, sadness, and the tedium of married life. He called it Intimacies.
Fortunately, the woodcuts will bring in a few pennies. Your paintings aren't selling as well as your illustrations. I know. My husband is publishing them in the Revue Blanche. And you really need his money, even though you pretend otherwise. I can do without it. It weighs me down nowadays. It's like a dark mass that's suffocating our marriage. When I look at your woodcuts, I understand more fully how you view married life through me. I turn away from him. I can't stand the weight of his stare, his silent anger. I hate it. Is that the one you call the irreparable? This silence? You're so dramatic, Valo, my love. At the same time, you're so optimistic. Imagining adultery to be a toast to the health of what is missing. But who was drinking to my health? And men wonder why I leave them. Is that why you use me everywhere? In every setting? In the end, you were just like all the others. Do you capture my image because you cannot capture me?
Felix Velaton would make 30 copies of these woodcut prints before cutting a rectangle around the woman's head on each of the original engravings. He composed these 10 fragments to produce his final print, a cancellation sheet to prove that the carvings had been destroyed. Was it intended to be a trophy, gathering together all of Messia's faces? Was it a final frame, a way of holding on to his muse as he prepared to marry? A short time later, Velaton would marry Gabrielle Bernheim, daughter of a renowned art dealer. This series, Intimacies, cemented his position as master of the modern woodcut.
I don't blame you for cutting my head off. After all, I made you lose yours.